Hi, everyone. I'm Richard Fong from Bliss Drive, and from last presentation, I was talking about how your website's like a car, and the website is taking your business destination from point A to point B, and point B being where you want your business to be. And what your website is missing is marketing, SEO, a lot of internet marketing that company need for it to go to where they need to be. So today I want to give you a case study to show you a client of mine, an early client of mine who had really good success from his website, and just showing you the progress of how it started from last year in November until now. So this was his original website. My client, he's a kiosk manufacturer. He has a facility in Pomona. I met him through anything else, salsa dancing. Right? We knew about each other. We talked, we carpooled, but I never really connected helping him because I was doing affiliate at the time. So once I started helping local businesses, we started talking and said, you know, I could really help your industry, your niche, because I looked into his market and I saw a couple of top players in there, but there was definitely room to be improved. There's definitely room where, with my marketing skills, I thought I could definitely make an impact. And I'll show you, I'll talk about, at the time when I was helping him, he has been in business for around 14 years. And he has worked with a lot of major people in the Fortune 500 industry. Most of his clients now, at the time when I was working with him, came from his past client base, right? From 14 years of business. He was listed in Yahoo back in early 90s, and you can tell the site's kind of developed in the 90s and hasn't changed since then. So he was listed on top, and he got some customers from there. And once Google came in, he was nowhere to be found there, and he slowly got pushed down of Yahoo. And he started buying pay-per-click ads because he knew the internet works, but he didn't know how to get himself back up there, right? So he was buying a couple months of internet pay-per-click ads in 2010, and the last month that he bought internet pay-per-click ads was early 2010, and he spent about $2,000, right? And he's told me he got 0 calls, and he said it's not working, obviously. So, well, it's a whole nother problem talking about pay-per-click and conversions with the website, but the main point is, I said, you need to get yourself found organically, so you stop paying for pay-per-click and you need to redesign your site, because as you notice, the site, I mean, it's nice, but there's no real call to action, there's no real message, and it's confusing, especially once you see the new design of the site, right? So we talked for many hours about the industry because I didn't know about the kiosk industry, and I realized, there's a really good opportunity for him in this market. So we decided to go with the approach of making videos to educate his prospects, talking about the pitfalls, talking about what things to look for, what kind of questions to ask, really educating the consumers so they can make a really good decision when buying a kiosk and positioning himself as an expert and gaining trust, right? So let me show you the new website, the new design. This is actually the affiliate. So this is the new website. As you can see, it's a lot more user-friendly because within kiosks, you're dealing with consumers who are working with interfaces, so you want to make it look classy, right? And I don't want to come in as telling you I'm a web designer because that's not my forte. Parth is a web designer. He enjoys doing that. For me, at the time, I didn't know any web designers, so I had to do it myself. My forte is marketing, is internet marketing, right? I craft the message, I make it out there, I get it found. That's my forte, is the internet marketing part of it. So if you have web design, if someone just wants web design, they should talk to a web designer like Parth or someone else. But when you have a website and it's just not working for you, you should talk to me, right? Or even when you're starting a website, if you want to plan it strategically and really want to dominate it, you talk to me. So this is the website, a little video education. I'm not going to play it just because of the time. And then we have email opt-in, so we can get their email It tells them, hey, if you want some more information, give me your email, and you can slowly drip them information, because kiosk purchases is a long process. They're not going to buy right away. You have them call or give them your email, so you can slowly drip to them the information, right? Big call to action, phone number right here, things like that. There's a whole bunch of things. But another thing we did was build a set of affiliate networks, affiliate websites. So it's not enough just to dominate, for me, it's not enough just to dominate one page on top of Google. I want a couple of spots, right? There's 18 positions, 10 organic, free, and then there's 8 that you're paid for. So we developed using the same graphics kind of, and crafted another message for people. So what I mean is, so if you type in kiosk manufacturers in USA, Kiosk Inc., which is my client, is #1, right? So if you go down a little further, where is that? Kiosk manufacturer is about number 6 around. Yeah, is number 6. So do you see the potential in that? And that's just one keyword. If I really wanted to, I could take 5 positions on there, because I know based on the research and people coming in, if people are looking for kiosks made in the United States because they don't want to deal with the communication problems with China or some other outside countries that are making kiosks, he would pretty much dominate the whole thing. If you don't like his one message, you get another message or another message. So we have a lot of rankings. #2 for kiosk manufacturers right here, Kiosk Inc. #1 for computer kiosks, and down further we have computerkiosk.org, which is another affiliate site, right? So what do all these ranking mean, right? I don't want to be the SEO guy. I'm an internet marketer, and the difference between an SEO and internet marketer is I look at the marketing, right? Ranking is just part of the deal, but what it really means is traffic and conversions. So let me show you some of the traffic. This is when we started first in November, okay? And this is where it is just yesterday actually. He had 96 visitors to his site, okay? I don't have a tracking number on his. He keeps control of the 800 number on his main site. But as you can tell, let me show you the breakdown of the numbers by month. So by month, in November, he only had less than 200 visitors coming, right? And his bounce rate is about 63%, okay? And that was with his old website. Month 3 working with me, he has about 700 visitors coming in, and bounce rate 40%, meaning people are sticking around, people are calling, it's converting. If he stopped there, he would have been okay. But going in 3 more months, he had 1,200 visitors, right? And last month he had 1,700 visitors. So as you can see, I tell people, you're going to see initial results within 3 months. But if you're not willing to commit at least 6 months, don't even start, because the real ROI is after 6 months. That's where things start kicking in. That's, search engine organic. It takes time to figure out what really works and really maximize on it. And that's just from his main site. For his affiliate sites, I mean, for the year, we have just as high of a conversion with the visitors right here, right? And I keep a tracking number on his affiliate sites, and he gets daily calls just from his affiliate sites. So I know he's very excited. People talk about recession, talk about the economy's down, people are not buying. People are still buying. They're just buying less. They're just buying more cautiously. But if you position yourself correctly, you could be recession-proof in a way. I'm the recession antidote for businesses, right? I come in, I make sure, because I can only help one business in that industry, and I make sure I dominate it for them. So when people do buy, it's them. His company, just to tell you a little, because I know him personally, is that he hasn't taken a vacation for years before I came in. He took a vacation this year to Maui. He got a new car. He's hiring employees, where before he was just keeping around, fixing ceilings and stuff, because there was no work. Right now, he's very busy. He says, I stay up in 4 a.m. sometimes. He calls me, I got 10 calls today, right? He's very excited. This is a growing business within a recession economy. So if you know people, you know business is struggling, and if it's marketing that's their problem, they need to talk to me. I can tell them if I can help them or not. There's some companies I can't help just because it's just the industry they're in, where how competitive it is, things like that. But in most cases, in most local businesses, I can totally help because this is a national company, right? So if you guys, I have some booklets, I have the case study in print. So if you want to pass it around, to come talk to me, and I'll be happy to share with you. Thank you.